Hello, mate.
Dan, how are you, buddy?
I'm good, thanks. How are you doing? Good to see you.
I'm doing I'm doing well, man. You're looking good. Where are you?
Oh, thank you. I'm just on my way home from the studio in London. How about you?
I am at home, actually. I have been doing the morning show from home for the last couple
Ah,
months. So, yeah, like hunkering. This is like there's a
nice.
bar over there, and my tiny homemade studio is around the corner. And I was just pointing out to people, this is the big snow show poster from a few years back, where you
Yes,
guys were.
mate.
Uh,
That
the
was such
new
a fun
song
night.
The new song is tremendous. What You're Gonna Do,
Oh,
we've been
thank you.
playing for the last couple of weeks. Absolutely beautiful, unexpected, and fun.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. I think we just wanted to do something kind of, like you said, a bit unexpected, surprising, um, and distracting. Hopefully, in in what's a pretty fucking mad, weird year
Yeah,
to hopefully give people 2 loud minutes of distraction was the plan.
I love it. Is that what you were thinking doing it? Did it come out of a place of let's do something different, or did it come out of a place where you're just a little pissed off from not being able to leave or not being able to move and being kind of confined?
Well, it actually, I sort of wrote the song initially late last year when we were on tour in the US,
Okay.
specifically in Salt Lake City. I remember writing it backstage
Wow.
and on the bus, and um, but it felt really relevant this year. And we started it before lockdown in London, and then when lockdown happened, we kind of were firing parts back and forward. And then that's when we sent it to Graham Coxon, and fully took advantage of knowing that most people on the planet were locked in their houses and definitely had free time. So that's where that collaboration came from. I like to think we sort of tricked him into being on the track, but yeah.
Well,
I guess
if you
I guess it
took
feels
one of the
like,
best guitarists in the world, you did
I
a
mean,
good job.
dude,
He's an
like,
incredible guitarist.
isn't he insane? Like everything from obviously from his playing, his taste, his like sound choices as well. We wanted that like authentic British, just heavy sound, and like yeah, he's amazing. So we're so excited to have him on it.
I love it. And well, speaking of which, since I'm at home, I can show you this. How
Nice. Oh, what's your?
how
Sorry,
how good is this album?
it's incredible.
It's really solid. It's the reason I'm doing this not only because I'm in my own home and I'm surrounded by my own music,
Just showing
but
off your music collection.
I was reminding people that the end of August, August 29th, is the first of 3 days of Record Store Day, and
Yes,
Bastille is re-releasing All This Bad Blood on vinyl on two different albums, which
yeah.
is very cool to have and people need.
I'm really excited. But basically, we never got to release All This Bad Blood properly. So there's a whole like record of stuff that we put out that was, has never been on vinyl. So it just seemed like a really nice opportunity to do it. Most people would probably wait for an anniversary. We thought we'd awkwardly do it 2 years beforehand, but yeah, no, it's exciting. I love Record Store Day so much. It's a really nice opportunity to try and do something kind of special, and the kind of music geek in me loves seeing what other people are putting out as well on those days. So, yeah.
No, absolutely.
And
Speaking,
obviously,
am I off? Or speaking of anniversaries, wasn't last month the 10-year anniversary of you guys as a band?
I think it might have been of our first gig, I think, but
Okay,
I'm really pretty terrible at remembering
okay.
anything important. Generally, if I go online on a day that happens to be an anniversary of an album, it's our fans who are very on it, generally reminding me, dude, your album came out however many years ago. But yeah, it may well be. It may well be. Woody's very on it. I'll send him a message and ask him. But if it is, that's insane. It doesn't feel like 10 years, and it also does.
The last year has probably felt like 10 years.
It has, yeah.
Well, the
But
last 6 months.
how's it been for you?
It's been all right. It's weird. It's bizarre. You start getting a little anxiety and maybe a little depression, but you hammer through it. And I miss seeing shows. I miss seeing you guys live.
Yeah, man.
Another thing, I want to push your merch. And since I am at home and I can do this, you are selling masks. If you go to store.bastille. You're selling masks, and the money is going to your road crew, which I think is great.
Yeah, man, it's a really tough time for the live industry. You know, like you said, I'm missing shows as a fan. I'm massively missing going to gigs and festivals. It's like, you know, we're lucky enough in our job for you know, for shows, our shows and other people's shows to be like a daily part of our lives, and it's very strange hole in the year, isn't it? But it's particularly sort of scary for the crew who, you know, there's crew and technicians and these people who have like incredibly specific, specialized jobs, and that's just not there anymore, and potentially not for the foreseeable. And I think what's worrying, a bit scary, is your music and live music is potentially going to be one of the last things to sort of normalize, you know, if things normalize. So it's just, you know, our crew are like some of our best mates, and it's a struggle to see the sort of the worry around that. And, you know, we'll do our best to look after them. We just thought this was kind of nice gesture.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll make a bit of a difference. And, you know, we all need masks right now.
Exactly.
So why not wear one with a pink triangle on the front, eh?
I love it. It's sexy. It looks good, man. Going back to not having live shows, are we looking at a new album before the end of the year?
We are. We have been having a lot of fun, basically making music, and we just want to sort of keep people on their toes, and I think do things a bit differently. Previously, we've kind of finished everything, been really prepared, and known exactly what we're going to do. And this time round, we want to keep people guessing.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's definitely more on the way, but I'm the worst. Basically, normally I just spill everything, but I've been prepped and told to just keep a lid on it, and
So there is something. There is something that you just can't talk about it. That's okay. For the other stuff you guys have been playing around with musically, is it more like this? Is it kind of what you're gonna do vibe? Kind of fun and straight ahead rock, or is it a little more old Bastille?
I think. Well, I don't want to spoil it, so I want people to wait and see. But this is definitely not like a template. I think the point of it within our music, like in the past, you know, from the mixtapes and through our albums, I think we've always tried to really mix things up as much as possible. But often in the single choices that have been made, they maybe don't quite show the breadth that we this time round really want to show. So yeah, like we'll see. It's been fun, kind of digging into guitars a lot more.
Nice.
But yeah, this
you
song,
look comfortable.
this song, a bit like on a lot of the Blur records, like it could jump from something as heavy as song 2 to like Beetlebum or whatever. You know, it was always that like contrast and the nuance that I really enjoyed. So yeah, basically I can hear myself being annoyingly evasive, so it must be.
No. You're doing what you've been told to do, which is good. I would have loved for you to slip up and tell me something, but that's good. Next time. You're the person I love asking about this, because in asking this question, sometimes I get a little information about upcoming songs. What have you been watching lately, movies and TV-wise?
Ooh. Well, during lockdown, we did a film club to do our best in a tiny way to try and keep people sort of connected and distracted. We called it Distraction Tactics, and every week we watched a film from a different country around the world. You know, to imagine that we were traveling and still able to travel and see different places. So that sort of brought us back to some pretty cool films.
Nice.
And quite a big variety too. Like we wanted to think of films that people maybe hadn't seen, but that weren't too dark, because let's face it, no one really needs much darkness this year. But I found myself in wanting a bit of escape, basically watching the US Office the entire time. We also watched which has been amazing. So I basically spent lockdown between my house and Scranton, and I can't complain. It's been amazing. And we watched I May Destroy You. Did you see that?
I started watching it. I haven't finished it yet.
It's very.
I've heard
it's brilliant. It's quite full on, But
Okay.
I'd be really interested to see, because it's quite British, but I know that it's HBO over there, so I'm interested to see.
It is. Yeah.
What US people think about it. What about you, dude? What have you been watching?
Oh my God. The show Snowpiercer, the TV show based off the movie.
What's it called?
It's called Snowpiercer.
Oh yeah, the movie's amazing. I started
Yeah.
the series. I love it. It's so good. I love that film.
Well, speaking of British stuff, like I love Matt Berry from the IT Crowd, and he's got a new show set in like the 1800s, which is hilarious.
What's the show? Is it him who did Garth Marenghi's Dark Place?
I have Garth Marenghi's Dark Place on DVD.
It's amazing.
I am so glad you said that.
Everything about it. Anyone watching this who hasn't seen it, please go check it out. It's
online.
Incredible.
Yeah. Garth Marenghi's Dark Place takes place in a hospital, and he is a ridiculous doctor, and it's beautiful.
What's his new show like?
I always ask you. What's that?
What's his new show like?
He's a police officer in London in like the 1800s. Okay. It's ridiculous. It's good, but I love it. I've been watching whatever's on. I haven't really binged anything. I'm just kind of going with whatever somebody mentions or whatever. I haven't been locked in anything. I can start a couple things, documentaries, stuff like that. But I always ask you because sometimes it turns into like your Twin Peaks obsession. Well, it turns into part of the album.
Yeah. It definitely. I mean, there's definitely a bunch of. There are a bunch of things I've been sort of listening to and watching that have walked straight onto the music that we're making at the moment, which has been nice, you know, in a kind of attempt to escape via books and films and things like that.
Yeah.
But I just watched recently. I'll Be Gone in the Dark. It was a documentary on HBO, which is quite intense but amazing. Okay. If you have the time. But yeah, no, I'm trying to not give anything away by mentioning just a list of films that are all in a bunch of songs.
I'm not trying to be sneaky, but every time we talk, you always come up with some really interesting TV show or movie that you watch that I enjoy.
I'm very impressionable, so yeah.
So you're on your way home right now, right?
I am, yeah.
Is somebody driving you, or are you in an Uber or something?
I am, yes.
Is it an Uber?
Uh-huh.
Who's driving you? What's his deal? Does he know what's going on?
I think probably quite confused. But I did apologize in advance.
You're just in the back of an Uber. I love that.
Yeah. Sorry. I ended up staying way later than I expected to.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it more now. I figured maybe somebody from the label might pick you up, or you know.
Oh, no, dude, no way. I've been cycling to and from every day, but in an attempt to stay alive. But London at the moment has just gone from a mad heat wave to torrential rain, so I didn't want to risk it today.
Oh, I missed it so much. Last October, I went to London for 5 days.
What's that?
I was there for 5 days last year.
Did it rain the entire time?
No, it was all right. We were staying by Canary Wharf, and
nice.
It was quite nice. It was like last October, and it was actually nice in October. Doesn't always happen.
You're lucky. Did you, dude? What do you think of London?
I loved it. I lived there in the '90s. I finished university there. So.
No way.
Yeah, it's a place called. It's called Thames Valley University in Ealing, but it's not called that anymore. I think it's called North London University.
Oh, nice. Cool. So you have a connection to the city?
Oh, yeah, a little bit. I hung around Ealing and Hammersmith and went, saw shows in Brixton. Like, this was like 96. So, like, talking about Blur, that was like, it was a good time to be there.
That's amazing. Where did you go to Brixton Academy?
No, it was the Brixton Academy. I saw Bad Religion at Brixton. Yeah,
amazing.
Which was fun because, like, as an American, it was neat. But it was the night that Mike Tyson fought Bruno, if you remember. Oh, wow. Yeah. So everybody was very on edge, and then somebody heard me speaking American English, and my friend goes, mate, he goes, shut your fucking mouth. He goes, you're going to get beat up. And he wasn't off. It was kind of a rough night. And the fight didn't start till like 3 a.m. So we saw Bad Religion, drank, got a little high, and then next thing you know, we went to some Indian restaurant that was closed, but the guy like took $5 and he goes, the fight's in there. And it was shady as hell.
Oh mate, that's amazing. That sounds like the perfect night in London, in Brixton.
It was 50 people that we all paid like £5 to get in. So the guy made bank, and we're just like watching the fight that lasted like 3 rounds and then took off. But yeah, it was fun, man. It was good.
I'm glad. That sounds like a very solid night. I'm glad you had a good time.
I know you've had a good time in Milwaukee, where we are here. We've done our best to host you when you guys come.
We've always had a very good time there.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, let's.
Well, hey, man, I wanna thank you so much for the time. And again, love the new song. So excited about new stuff. And as soon as the new stuff comes out, I'd love to talk more about that.
Yeah, I'd love to, man. And thanks so much for making the time to chat. And I'm so glad you like the record. Thank you.
Thank you. And make sure you wear your mask and tip your Uber driver, because
I will.
You know.
I asked his permission for me to not wear it because I wasn't sure. I thought it might kind of stunt the interview a little bit. Anyway, dude, thank you so much. Take care. I'll see you soon. Yeah.
All right, Dan. Take care, man. Thanks. Cheers.
Bye.